Well, how are we doing out there? I hope you're all absolutely spot on, and thank you very much for watching this video. Now I'm going to do a little experiment, something a bit different. I've had loads of questions or comments saying, what is the air fryer like that I bought before Christmas? And I say, yeah, it's alright for some things and it's not alright for others. So I'm going to do a little chip experiment. I'm going to do chips in the air fryer and chips in the oven. I'm not going to make my own, the frozen chips, but I'm just going to show you the difference, because that is the basis of a lot of comments. What's the difference between the air fryer and the oven? Now, I have noticed the oven is better for pies. The air fryer is better for chips. So I'm just going to do a little experiment. So what I need to do now is get the oven on, because I forgot. So I've got that preheating. You have to let that preheat up. I'm going to let it up for a good 5 minutes. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I've got some of these American fries here, look. I got them from Farm Foods. They're about 80 pence. They're so cheap. So I thought I had some greaseproof paper. I haven't, so I've got foil, but I've had to lightly oil it, because if I don't, the chips will stick. And this is what you use for the air fryer. So I'm gonna decant the chips out now. So I know that the best method of cooking these fries is deep fry them. However, I haven't got a deep fat fryer. I've never owned a deep fat fryer. And I said to my good lady, should we buy a deep fat fryer? And she said no. So that was the end of that. So I'm only doing what the boss tells me. No, so she doesn't want a deep fat fryer. So that's I suppose it's a good thing, isn't it? So put them chips on there. Can you see okay? Ah, yeah. I'm going to do a load of chips on here. That'll do, I think. So I've got some in the air fryer, and I'm going to put these in the oven. So let's have a look how long they take. I know you can oil them again, can't you? Stick a load of oil on them, make them all crispy. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that with them neither. I'm just going to leave them as they are. So let's have a look, see how long these take to cook. On there, you can do them you can do them under the grill, or you can do them in the oven, or you can deep fry them as well. Look. So we want them in the oven, 230 degrees. Well, mine's only 200, so that's failed straight away, isn't it? Doesn't go that high. I suppose that'll be for like not fan assisted, so it's probably around 200 fan assisted, which mine is. So you got to spread fries evenly on a baking tray and cook on the middle shelf for 12 to 15 minutes, turning once. So that's what I'll do. So we're looking at 15 minutes maximum for these, because they probably take a bit longer anyway, don't they? They always do. And these are going to probably take about 10 minutes. So what I'll do, I'll give it another few minutes till the oven's warmed up. It's quite an expensive little experiment, this, isn't it? And I'll just tell you, I've just put down now for tomorrow night, Friday night. I've put it on now, so it should be on the YouTube. There's like a reminder you can click onto it. And I got a lovely comment, and it was basically as follows. It was, we watch you on Friday nights. We love your live feeds, streams, or whatever you want to call them. And they said, we've named it the Staying In. So I said, that is a fantastic name. So I said to you, do you mind if I use that on my title? So I've put it on my title, 25,000 party at the Staying In. I thought that was cracking. What a great thought, like, you know. So thank you very much for that. I will have to go back in my messages to find out your name. I will, and I'll give you a shout out on Friday night, tomorrow night. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and I'll get these chips in the oven and in the air fryer, and I'll show you. So my chips are in now. I've put them in for 15 minutes in the oven at 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I couldn't help that. And the chips are here for the air fryer. I've not put them on yet. I'm going to put them on in a minute because they're going to only take 10 minutes, probably even less than that. And I will when I put them in, I'll show you. So if this is your sort of a video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, well, push the boat out and subscribe. And leave a comment as well. I know deep fat frying is the best, it's the future. Well, it's not the future, actually, not for health anyway. I've never owned a deep fat fryer, and like I say, I asked my good lady, and she, as soon as I went deep fat, she went no. Because we've got 6-year-old nippers, you see, we don't want to bring them up, you know, deep frying everything, because it's not healthy, is it? It is not healthy. And I get a lot of comments as well, how do you keep so thin? Well, I'm not as thin as I look. And I've been on the scales as well, but I think that's going to come in another video. Don't worry, I'm not going all Joe Wicks. You won't see me in my spandex jumping around the living room. Or will you? Right, I'll bring you back in a few minutes. So I've put my chips in now. I'm going to turn it on in the air fryer. This is a Ninja. I get a lot of questions. What have you got? I said it's a Ninja Foodie Max 7.5 litre. So I'm going to do on air crisp at 200 degrees. And it's going on for, I'm going to put it on for 9 minutes. So with the air fryer, halfway through, I always like to take them out, look, and just give them a sort of a shake up, and then put them back in. But I just find that evenly sort of gets them crispy. I'm going to do the same with the ones in the oven. It's that 10 minutes now, so I've got another few minutes, and I'll just turn them over. So that's them out. They've had 9 minutes. Look how crispy they are. You can tell they're crispy, can't you? Look at that. I mean, it depends how you like them. Will that focus on? Yeah, that's them, look. There they are in there. They are crispy, them. I mean, you can put them in for a bit longer if you want, but, you know, to me they're done. 9 minutes. Is that focus? Yeah. I'll try one. Crisp on the outside, soft on the inside. You do them a bit longer if you want them crispy on the inside as well, but I don't. So we're still waiting for the oven, and I put them in first as well, remember. So we've got 5 minutes left on the oven, so, you know, you can be tucking into whatever, if you're cooking eggs as well and some peas, you know. You could be tucking into that, couldn't you? Or sausage, egg and chips with peas. Don't tend to have peas really, or beans. So I'm still waiting. This is it, you've got to wait because it takes longer. Now, it did say on the instructions for the chips, put them on the middle shelf. So I'm going to turn them over now, and I'm going to put them back on the middle shelf. Put them on the top, they'd probably crisp up quicker. So these are the oven, obviously, and you could say as well, there's a few more chips on here as well, isn't there? But I have spread them out evenly, and you can see they're not done yet. They're all floppy, look. They're still not done. So what I would do, I'd do them on the top of the oven for the last 5 minutes to get them nice and crisp. But it did say on the middle shelf. But what we'll do, we'll give the oven a bit of a boost. We'll put them on the top. Now they've had 15 minutes in the oven, and they're still, I'll be honest, they're still not, they're not done really. They need a few more minutes, don't they? And in the last 5 minutes I've had them in the top, so I'm going to put them back in again. So there's the oven chips. They've had 18 minutes. They're not too bad, I'll be honest. They could do with a bit more sort of colour in them, but you know, they seem alright. I did oil the bottom, but they've had 18 minutes plus 5 minutes preheating, so you're looking at 23 minutes. And these have just had 9 minutes. Now these are probably cold now because I've been waiting for the oven. But these are a lot crispier, a lot more crispier. They're the air fried ones. They're the oven ones, look. I mean, they're more crispier. I mean, these are not too bad, I'll be honest now. But you're waiting longer, aren't you? That's the only downside of that, is you're waiting longer than, you know, doing them in the air fryer. I mean, chips are chips, aren't they? You know, these are quite good chips. What you can do with them as well, with the air fryer, is you can sort of spray some oil on them as well. Get them even crispier. And I did it at 200 in the air fryer. You can turn it up to 210 and get them even crispier. But I just thought I'd show you, you know, the pros and cons really. We're all different, aren't we? Your pros and cons will be different to mine. You might be been using them. I know a lot of lovely foodies have said, oh, I've been using air fryers for years and they know the timings, you know, to the minute. Well, that's all very well, but, you know, I suppose it's just what you get used to, isn't it? It's what you get used to at the end of the day. And I know that, you know, being at home, I've been doing some work upstairs and stuff, and it's easy just to put it in the oven and crack on with my jobs till I hear that beeping. As the air fryer, I have to give it a bit of a babysit, but I know in time it'll change. But, you know, with bills coming down and stuff, going up, yeah, you have to fork out, you know, a few bob for it to start with, but it pays for itself, doesn't it? So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you Friday night at the Staying In 8 o'clock. Please join us. We'll have a good time. So take care, all the best, and I'll catch you on the next one.